you touched on nicely on my next point. I want to talk to you about Shawnigan Lake, because that was the most picturesque High School Musical looking place I've ever seen when I got there. That is so. What is Shawnigan Lake is pretty much the number one school in Canada, especially for everything and anything. Like when you look at I was on the website doing research for this, and I was looking at the alumni page of all the names coming out, and it was just like Olympic gold medalist, professional athlete, master of science, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure the cure for cancer is probably going to be on that list soon one day as well, because those guys are incredible. So, what's it like going? So, how did you get picked up for Shawnigan Lake? Did you apply, or did they come to you? What we were talking about earlier with people tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Come over here."
Yeah, basically, yeah, it was a funny one. So in grade 8, when I was playing for a team called the Celtic Barbarians. So it's basically a rep side from Alberta, invite. Not a big deal when you're grade 8. Went on tour to Vancouver Island and played against Oak Bay High School, played against Shawnigan Lake, and played against Brentwood. And then, so our head coach at the time, Cam Wilton, he, my parents, my old man came along the tour to help manage, keep us young bucks in line, even though, things probably got a little out of hand for him on that tour, to be honest with you. The parents loved to send it. Anyway, not the point. Basically, he was just chatting away to the coach, Cam Wilton, and he kind of asked my parents, if you were to send your kid to Shawnigan and Brentwood, which would it be? And they kind of laughed, because they're like, there's no way we'd be within 10 miles of that school, it's prestige and whatnot. And my dad was fully, he was, yeah, well, if I won the lottery one day, I'd definitely go to Shawnigan. And a few months later, we received invites in the mail, because Cam was an alumni of Brentwood, but basically Brentwood, Shawnigan, they know each other very well. And then they basically brought us out for just to come see the school, get a feel for it for 4 days, see all the madness happens in the boarding house, and see the classes and how that operates. And then got an offer to come, and it was crazy. I mean, great story actually. Basically, our parents told us that we got full rides to school. So obviously, me and my brother were super stoked about that, but they actually didn't tell us that it was actually, they offered us a 2-for-1 deal. So buy one, get one free. So they'd only pay for one of our tuition, but they didn't tell us that. So my mom actually got a second job driving school bus just to help pay for it. And
that's incredible.
Yeah, and just had no idea at all until we graduated, and they told us. So it's super humbling, and obviously wouldn't be here without her. Obviously, both my parents, but I mean, but yeah, I mean, the experience going there was outstanding. I mean, the people you meet there, and it's just another world, right? Like you're going to school with 1%ers and, incredibly nice people and all the rest of it, great community vibes there. But yeah, it's definitely very daunting when you first there. You're kind of pinching yourself. You're like, am I really here right now? Like, is this really my school? Like, it's insane. It's beautiful, beautiful facility, great teachers there and everything when I was there. I think, when I was there, David Robertson was the headmaster, and I think he did an outstanding job, creating a great culture there and a great family feel, and you got to rub shoulders with the likes of people like Gary Duclos, who was involved with the Canadian squad back in 1987, went to the World Cup, and, guys like Andy Monroe, who's Scot, but obviously Canadian international. Tim Murdy was a fantastic coach. He just, helped me out with my game so much. And I know I'm definitely going to be missing people in this interview because there's far too many to mention. But, so lucky to go there and have that experience. I mean, I was super excited about it. Basically grabbed the opportunity with both hands and just incredibly lucky.
Exactly. No, Shawnigan was an incredible school. When I mean, we were only there for like 4 days or something like that, and we thought it was the best thing we'd ever seen. We remember the jokes. So we were talking about. You remember the big canteen they have there, like the big school hall.
Yeah, Marion Hall.
Yeah, we were all laughing. So remember, we were all sat there as like little tourist kids on. Like I think we had just gone and raided the local Hollister for all the stuff because it was like $20 cheaper, or the equivalent of $20 cheaper where you were than when we were, because it was when it's still a brand. So
Yeah,
we look like a walking advert for Hollister. Like these 40 kids all sat there, like half girls, half boys playing hockey and rugby, and we were in this massive canteen. And then I think at one point I just looked up around the thing, and I was just talking to my best mate. We were on tour, and I was like, I would put good money that this building is bigger than my house. Like, and it's just a hollowed out canteen. But no, back to what you're saying about your mom. That's incredible, because I know you and your brother. I never had the privilege of meeting your mom and your dad, even when I was across in Cochrane. I never had the privilege of meeting them. But that's an incredible story that your mom and dad were just putting you through on a 2-for-1 and didn't even tell you guys.
Yeah, had no idea. I mean, they both humble people. The old man was a policeman in Calgary, and then my mom got into real estate a little bit, after we moved to Canada because I was obviously born in England originally. Again, don't tell a lot of people that. But and then moved to Canada when I was 4. So basically raised as Canadian, but British parents. But it's crazy how they made it work, and still to this day super thankful. So
exactly. Well, I'm sure you'll repay them back in the long run.
Yeah, just earn all those big bucks in rugby.
The big rugby contract.
Yeah.
The James O'Neill Jordan will be soon.
Oh man, that's a tall order for sure.
Is that on the little metaphorical blackboard that you've got the circle? And it's like, I've made it when I've got my own shoot.
Oh yeah, I actually have it right here. Funny enough. I don't know how you knew that, but yeah. No.
I can imagine it now. Just the Steph Curry, the James O'Neill, the Kobe, and then the LeBron. Just
I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll be able to push the toothless scumbag brand, but whatnot.
I never said you were a scumbag. I called you just toothless.
No. I said that. Spoke too soon, but yeah.
Right, no. Hey, I'll vouch for you. I think you're a nice guy. I'll vouch for you. You've got the social media banter as well. I don't think there's a single post where you don't question how skinny the jeans are every time I post something.
Have to, man. You just got to keep you humble. I know your head's getting way too big over there, man. There's nowhere over there to bring you back down to ground.
Exactly. It's the podcast. That's what we've been doing it since we were 15. Ever since that first game of rugby we played against each other. Just keep each other humble on the ground.
There you go. 100%. Just saying hi in those rocks and stuff.
Exactly. When this podcast becomes worldwide, I'll just expect to text off you every month, just going, I still had you on strings.
Absolutely.
I'll never forget story for the podcast listeners, one for the insides. So how me and James know each other properly. So when James came over to Scotland with his school, to save money and make trips more affordable, what they used to do is they used to make the host kid or the kids in the country host the visitors. So I hosted James and Simon. I can't. His last name escaped me for the last of it.
Yeah, Simon Gray. Yeah.
Simon Gray. That's it. Simon, if you're listening, I still think we have each other on Instagram. We've been pretty distant. That's mostly my fault. I'm gonna get in touch after this to see how he's doing. But so we hosted James and a guy called Simon. And I remember me and James were just mucking about, just wrestling as you do. My mum was like, "Stop beating up the host." And I was like, "Mum, this kid is handing me my ass. like I am not in control of any of this situation." And you're because you're 23 and I'm 25. So at this point, I think you would have been 16 and I was 18. So I was thinking I was the biggest dick on campus going. And then I just had this 16 just putting me in different headlocks. And I was like, "Mom, can you get this kid off me?"
Yeah, you had to. Deb, come to the rescue.
Yeah, Deb, help. Man, they were all buzzing when I told them I was interviewing you today. They're like, "Oh, how is he? Everybody remembers you."
No way, man. Oh, just such good lads, man. Like all the boys and peoples, man. Just I hopefully I can come back and visit that beautiful town one day. But just good vibes for sure, man. Great people down there.
It's a date. When you're next over, we'll get a couple of days off and get it sorted. Do something. Yeah. Show you the hills or something. Not quite as breathtaking as the Rocky Mountains, but still lovely hills, good walks.
I can't wait. Let's do it.
Get some beers in as well. There's a few good pubs that I can show you in Edinburgh.
Beauty. Maybe hold hands while we're walking through the hills or something. You down for that? Or?
Reminisce all days.
Yeah. Don't need to talk. Silence is fine. Take it all in.
No word said, but 1,000 words were spoken. That's what it'll be.
Look, man. Bit of a poet now, eh?
Holy. Write that down. Next time you're in trouble with the missus, fire that down and you just have a silent night.
Oh man, don't worry. I got a list of go-tos when I'm in trouble. So I'll add it 100%.
Mate, I'm the exact same as you. Have a bunch of quotes ready for when I've made an arse of myself.
Yeah.
Right, mate, I want to talk to you a bit more about your Shawnigan, and then so as you said you got picked. Does that come with a bit of pressure as a student athlete? So once again, referring back to like the Americans and how they have these like requirements to be a student athlete. Did they come with those at Shawnigan, or was it just a case of try your hardest and then as long as I know you didn't know this, but if the fees are getting paid, it's all good.
Yeah. Essentially, it's on paper, it's just show up and try your hardest, and that's it. But I mean, obviously, yeah, you are under pressure just because of the prestige of the school naturally. And then when I got there in grade 10, the grade 12 year, the first 15 was crazy. Like you had guys like Giuseppe Dutois and Ollie Knott, who are both Canadian internationals now and playing on the Arrows. You had a few guys like blanking out, of course, but Jenner Tufel and Connor Turner. You had your Johnny Norris, just star-studded lineup. Randall Barton, just crazy amount of talent there. And basically, you come in as a grade 10, and you're looking up to these guys, and man, these guys they had the size, they had the skill, they had the mindset. I mean, you could have put them in the men's provincial comp, and they would have done just fine. I mean, and then that's all when you're in grade 10 and you're with all your friends and everything, and it just, that's all you talk about, man. I did all right as a student, but I definitely regret that. I wish I worked harder at my studies for sure. But for me, rugby was just, at the center of my mindset. Besides the first semester I got there, every other semester or every term, so 3 terms at Shawnigan, like a fall term, winter term, spring term. You basically pick a sport to do. And when I first got there, I actually did rowing for a semester, for a term. And that was interesting. Too short for the boat though, so I'm too heavy to be a cock, so just useless there. But besides that, just rugby training all year round. Lucky enough to have that opportunity. Definitely don't have the opportunity to do that in Alberta because obviously winter and whatnot. But was
the most understated I've ever heard somebody describe Canadian winter. Ever just winter.
Winter's coming, so you gotta be ready for it. But yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, he's just he was very, because obviously Shawnigan, there's about 350 boarders and about 50 day students, so it's a very, very small school. So you gotta get wrapped up in your own little bubble, right? What you're doing, and we're hard enough on each other. The people in my grade, Cole Milne, Alejandro Baron, beautiful Mexican man, gorgeous, and then likes of George Barden, and a few other lads. Obviously, again, blanking. Mike Coldwell's just. There's just talent everywhere. Everyone from across the country wanted to come there to play rugby and, put themselves in best position to move forward, do well with the sport, or just have a great time doing it. So, yeah, I had the environment, and basically that pressure was definitely more internal, I think, looking back on it, than external, but it was still there regardless. So,
man, it's so interesting to see, because as you'll know, like high school sport around here is very much you do it because you love it. There's no guarantee to success through it like there is in the American school system and collegiate and higher up systems. So it's very interesting to hear when schools talk about this high school level of, I don't know, like for example, like how many times did you guys train a week as a rugby team at Shawnigan?
Off the top of my head, CT is getting to me a little bit now, and high school was a long time ago. But I think we trained at least 4 or 5 times a week. No, I'd say like 3 or 4 times on field, but then we had 6 a.m. gym sessions, I think about 3 times a week. And then we had other commitments as well. And so, yeah, it was quite a bit with high school, but obviously we're all boarders, so we're there. But I mean, yeah, with every other high school, right? Like it's just like a couple times a week, come out for a bit of a laugh. So
I was going to say, if you'd asked my high school to have a 6 a.m. gym session, not one person would have been there. I definitely would not have been there. I can't speak for the rest of the boys. We have some very talented boys in my school, but I would not have been there.
Yeah, we had a few boys who are kind of the same, but Tim Murdy, just that's a guy you just don't want to cross or annoy, that's for sure. So he said 6 a.m. Yes, sir. Yep, gonna be there.
Yeah, so be there at 5:30 to help him set up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, be there at 5:15 to put the coffee on for him and help him get out of bed and make some breakfast and stuff.
Get there at 11 p.m. Just play it safe. Just I didn't want to be late, so I just came.
Yeah, I'll just sleep on the lawn. It's fine. It's all good.